Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your YouTube videos, UB2B Frank 26 videos. It's good to be with you. It is the
25th.
it is the 25th of September, 2019, and I greet you with a smile. Good to be with you again. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to smile about except our study. Everything that we're going to talk about tonight is, in my opinion. Hey, Tank, do me a favor. If you're not going to keep it up there, get me something that I can see. Okay, thank you. Thank you, babe. Everything I'm going to say is in my opinion. This is a speculative investment. There's no rate to be given, and there is no date of maturity. So we got that out of the way. Everything I'm going to say is just in my opinion. Yeah, it's the title of our YouTube tonight is Good Morning Ise. And we'll get to that in a minute. But before we do, oh gee, how do I do this? Do you know what kabuki theater is? You should Google it. It's Kabuki. Kabuki theater. In fact, a member of our forum by the name of Big D1 posted that, and I just cracked up, and I thought, yeah, that's about what it feels like. I don't want to be political. I don't want to talk about politics, but we have no choice. You see, the problem that I have is that the things that we're studying, the things that we're studying are highly related to what's going on with the Democrats versus Donald Trump. Now, I could spend an hour, and by the way, I only have an hour with you. Well, now we have 55 minutes left. I have to go and join Will tonight for the product call that we have. So it's just going to be an hour, or it's going to be 55 minutes tonight. If I don't get it all, well, we just don't, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? But the Kabuki theater that is out and about right now is just I don't know. I don't want to be political, but I have no choice. And I guess I also have to be careful of how or what I say, again, because I don't want to talk about politics, but oh Lord, I got no choice. I said to you yesterday and the day before yesterday and the day before yesterday that what the Democrats are doing with their anger towards Donald Trump is eventually going to divide them. I know that they feel that they have something, and who knows if they do or they don't, that they have something against Donald Trump. But they've had something against him from the moment that he started running for president and became president, and they can't get over it. But the thing that I'm worried about, it's not so much they're pointing fingers at each other. It's that the world is pointing a finger at the United States and saying, "Are you seeing that? You watching that?" And it's embarrassing. And I said that the accusations of the Democratic Party to Donald Trump concerning, this Biden-Ukraine deal, I think it's gonna backfire. I think it's gonna divide the Democrats. I think they have momentum because, hey, we got a squealer, what you got? That's it. We've got a conversation. What you got? Well, that's it? Okay. Look, okay. I'm not saying that you don't have something. Maybe you do. But while you're at it, can we also talk about the benefits of what Biden's son got? Because while Biden is running for political office, his son is being given political advantage for his business, huh? Can we talk about that? And well, I'm sure. Um, President Trump, your son, he also got a deal with Russia. Let's talk about that. Oh, hell, Hillary. Let's talk about her, huh? Hillary, what's up? What was it? You used a source, and some experted source to try to take out Trump because you were running against him and you didn't want him to beat you. And you were so determined to be the president at any cost, at the cost of the security of me, an American citizen. Let's talk about that too, huh? You want to? No, all right. But it's just embarrassing. And I said that too. In fact, today, Donald Trump in his speech said, here at the UN, some guy came up to me and he says, I feel sorry for you, Mr. President. It's embarrassing what you guys are going through in America. And I thought, wow, those are my words. but it's not just my feeling. The whole world is looking at America and saying, really? You want to see something bad? Come to my country, says France. Come to my country, says Italy. Come to my country, says Venezuela. You want to see something bad? Again, I'm not saying and taking it lightly that maybe Donald Trump didn't do something wrong. Let's find out. But to impeach him, and then on top of that, what you're going through to get the votes from the House, that's not even to impeach. This is a political. This is not a legal thing. But whatever. There's a vengeance. There's an evil demon in the White House, in D.C., in the Democrats, in the Republicans. This demon is having a hell of a good time. And I see both sides being completely undisciplined. But I see a lot of anger from the Democratic side trying to remove Donald Trump. It doesn't matter if they tear the country apart. It doesn't matter. And I see these politicians on both sides, well, mainly the Democrats, that are wasting my tax dollar. I got a voice in this. 2 years. I ain't seen nothing that is of any value to me. Democrats, what have you done on the floor? What legislations have you passed? What have you done for me lately? But what are you doing for yourselves? You have got this anger against this man and you're willing to divide our country for it? And yet the man is doing things that no other president in the history of this America has ever done. He even got a committee together at the UN to talk about what was it? Freedom of religion. Freedom of religion around the world. It turns out it was the first time an American president ever held one of those committees at the UN. That was a shocker. I'm disappointed. From Ukraine cover-up to Biden's son getting a deal from the Chinese communists to Trump's son getting a deal maybe with Russia. I don't know. I don't care. But what I do care about is that this is not good. This is not good for what I'm involved in. but it is a pause, I suppose. But no, not of the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar. It's a pause of the deals. It's a pause of the progress economically. The monetary reform is set. What is not set is the economic reform of Iraq. There are two reforms, and the economic reform cannot succeed without the monetary reform succeeding first. And there are some jealous people that do not want this to happen. You saw what Trump said at the end. I showed you that video. We were the only ones on the internet that carried that video, and that's why I didn't post it on my forum. Everybody would have stole it. Trump says, hey, media, we got some things, me and Iraq, we got things to talk about, but not in front of you. Yeah. Then the media, they don't seem to care what Donald Trump has been doing for our country. They don't cover anything that he does. Nothing. I mean, if they do, it's very quickly. You should see what's happening in Venezuela right now because of, I think, Donald Trump. You should see what's happening in China right now because of Donald Trump. You should see what's happening at the UN right now because of Donald Trump. He set a record yesterday. I don't know, over 20-something countries that he talked to. No American president has ever done that before. What did I tell you yesterday? Donald Trump, or America, they're hot. You know, that kind of hot. Everybody wants to talk with Donald Trump. The only ones that doesn't is Iran. The Mueller thing came out, nothing. That was embarrassing. This Biden stuff, this is embarrassing. Pelosi or whatever her name is. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I know that Halloween is coming, but we don't need this kind of witch hunts. The Ukraine, that's a bunch of BS. It's hurting us. Donald Trump talked to Germany and France and made big deals, powerful deals, and he used Iraq with them. Nothing in the newspaper. Donald Trump talked on the things that we're doing with Central Europe. Nada. Look. This is today's newspaper. This is today's newspaper. It should be filled with the success of the United States of America. It should be filled with the success of America. You don't even have to mention Donald Trump. Did you see what happened to our stock markets? Did you see what happened to the Iraqi stock market today? And do you know why? Because of the deals that are going on around the world. That's what the stock market looks at. It doesn't look at undisciplined, full-blown anger. The DNC is dunce. They need to wear their little dunce caps. DNC, your dunce caps. That's what you need. What Trump did in the last 2 days has been very transparent, and what he did today was very transparent. I hope it doesn't backfire on him, and I hope that the Democrats don't fall apart. It's already so embarrassing for our country. I mean, he was very transparent. He was not treasonous. I mean, that's just the way he is, too. He's a knucklehead. I told you. I said, I wish that Donald Trump would just, be a little more diplomatic. But then again, He wouldn't be where we're at right now as a nation if he was so diplomatic. He doesn't kiss anybody's gluteus maximus. Heck no. That's what Obama did. Iran, is this a good treaty? Let me see. You see what it says in line 4 here? Yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. Obama. We can? Yes, you can. Thank you, Mr. Obama. And all of a sudden, what happens? I told you, Iran is going to come right back and they're going to say, oh, Mr. President, okay, let's talk. They're that close. Today, what's his name? I don't even know the name of their leader, their Ayatollah. What's his name? Who something Honey Bunny, or I forget his name. But the leader of Iran, he comes out and he says, no, we ain't going to talk to President Trump. The only way we're going to talk to President Trump is if he gives us back what Obama gave us, the ability to make nuclear weapons. No. Well, then we're not going to ever talk to him. Never? Well, the only way is if he removes the sanctions. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you're telling me now that... Seriously, guys, you cannot be texting me while I am trying to lecture and you can't hear me. I want this to end because this is not normally me. In fact, I've been having some health problems. But forget that. No one cares. So let me get to the point and say the following. Oh, it's just bothering me because that's not my problem. That's your problem. I've already bought everything. I've already done everything to please everyone. Now the Democrats. No, anyway, so there's a whistleblower now. There's a whistleblower against Trump. What do you think? Then then that gentleman was right. Yes. See the lights? There's no light. Yeah, that comes on. So, I don't know, family. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get all the electrical things out of the way. We'll try that. You let Jan know. That fixed it? Yes. It's better now? It's much better? So to my brother that just called, thank you. You made us aware of a problem, and another problem is me. My problem is that I need help. I need help, and it really is just me, my wife, and a couple of people that help us out. And alrighty, so where were we? There's a whistleblower, yeah, against Donald Trump. This whistleblower needs to find another trumpet to blow, because I don't think that's going to work either. And I don't know. I don't see the government of the United States of America doing anything for me, and I see them using my money incorrectly. I'm going. Look at this. I mean, this is today. I mean, it's filled. It's got page after page after page after page after page after page. It just goes on. But what good does it do? You can't fight politics, can you? You gotta let it. You gotta let it unfold. You gotta let the wrinkles kind of like settle, and then it blends in with the background noise. All of this I don't think is going to add up to anything, but it's putting us in a bad position with Donald Trump and the people that he's talking to right now. And I wish that it would end. I wish that it would end. I see the Democratic Party like when you go, when you go to a bar. I've never been to a bar to drink. Wait a minute. Let me think about that. What do you call that when we have our rehearsal dinner, Jan? Right? Is that what that's called?
Yes.
At my rehearsal dinner, my groom made, what do you call it?
Groomsmen.
My men. They made me drink 5 peppermint schnapps shots. That was a mistake. But yeah, I see the Democratic Party like when you go to a bar, you go there with excitement, and then you drink and you drink and you drink because the excitement makes you drink. But then you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're saying. And usually you regret, but usually you don't even remember the next day what you did or said. That's what drunkenness does. And that's what I see the Democratic Party as. They are totally drunk against Donald Trump, and it's hurting my investment. I don't want nothing to stop it. And neither does NASDAQ. Pelusi or whatever, Pelusi. This is not Salem. Do something else for a living in Washington, D.C., okay? Please. Or just go away. You guys are so pig-headed. You're so dogmatic about what you're doing. You refuse to release your jaw grip bite on Donald Trump's neck. And the man is breaking records and doing things for America, for the whole world. And you guys are trying to stop him from doing that? What's that say about your party? Oh, but he did something horrible against the American citizens, against them. Yeah, he abused his power. Really? I heard the damn call. It's tearing us apart. And I wanted to stop. And I pray to our Heavenly Father about it, because this is embarrassing. And it's tearing your party apart. And if your party suffers, that's not good for the rest of our democratic political structure. Anyways, it just seems like Washington, D.C. has gone insane. It's offensive. It's offensive to me as an American voter. And the American voters made it very clear that we want Donald Trump. Get over it, Democrats. Please, get back to work for me. If not, the only thing I got to say to you is you're fired, Democrats. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that might be the wrong thing to say. It was a good show, wasn't it? Such a waste of cerebral output. Manufactured host. Anyways, you know how I fight back against trolls? Which I shouldn't. Because they're an insult to our study, the trolls. In a way, I have to fight back, I think, for those that are trying to stop the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar, because they don't want. Look, you may say, well, how, Frank? With what they're doing. You get rid of Donald Trump as the president of the United States of America, you think we're going to have the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar? I have to fight back, Nancy. I have to fight back because your accusations are prejudicial. they're not political. And trust me, I know the face of prejudice. Nancy, one time I went to to pick up this one girl, and you get all snow. I had flowers. I was a romantic, I guess. And I knock on the door, and the door opens, and well, hi, sir. I'm here to pick up Kathy. Who are you? My name is Frankie. I come to pick up Kathy. We have a date. I'm taking her out. And he looked at me, and he looked at me, and finally, Nancy, he says, "You're not Italian." And I looked at him and I said, "No, but for a big piece of pie, I can get you right in the eye." And that didn't do any good. Okay. And I said, "No, sir, I'm not Italian. I mean, I'm talking without thinking twice of what he was thinking about." And as soon as I said, "No, sir, I wasn't," he slammed the door, hard in my face. It took like an eternity to figure it out, what had happened. Because I was so naive, I suppose. And when it hit me, oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed. I wanted to cry. And I ran back and I got in the car and I drove home and I went home and I got in my room. I remember my mom asking me, "Well, I thought you were going to go out." And I went in my room and I just sat on the bed and I thought about it all night. The TV was on, the lights were on. There could have been an earthquake. I wouldn't have noticed. But the reality of life hit me that these things are real. Prejudicial feelings. It's real. You can touch it. You can feel it. And Nancy, I feel it. I feel it from the Democratic Party. I don't want it to go on no more. God bless you, Nancy. God bless the Democratic Party. And God bless the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar. Okay? Oh, it's still interfering? Oh, is it back? Why don't you just take it? You don't need it to do it. Let us know, family, if you think, if it's back. Let me see that. June, do you think we should push these in maybe? Push that in maybe a little bit more? I'm sorry. About now, is it a little better? Anyways, enough of that. We're down to about 30 minutes. Then, meanwhile, Rouhani.
They said it's worse.
Oh, it's worse.
Okay, I'll try it that way. See if that's
How about that, family? Let us know. How about that? We just switched from DC to AC power.
good.
Much better?
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, you've got Rouhani, the head guy from Iran, and he the same thing. He seems to be very stubborn. It must be in the air. It must be in the air. All this sneezing that's causing all these pauses. Rouhani, what's up? No, I already told you. We're not going to talk to President Trump. But today you change your mind. No, I'm not going to talk to President Trump. But if he removes the sanctions, will you talk to him? Oh, yes, we can talk. What are you going to say tomorrow? No, the same. No. Guy, look, Rouhani, you're dying. You're dying like the Democratic Party is gonna, if they keep this up. Your nation is dying, imploding. You hear all the people talking about you. Yes, but America is unjust. Everywhere that America goes, they spread terrorism. Bro, get off of it. Look, wake up and start being honest with yourself. This is a mirror. This is a mirror. Can you see yourself in it? Okay. That is a mirror. That's you. Dude, the whole world sees you and what you're saying. just like they see the Democrats and what they're doing and saying. Focus on one thing. They got Trump rabies. They got Trump rabies. They're salivating. They're foaming. They can't see anything else. All they know is impeachment. Impeachment. That's it. Nothing else. Rouhani, what you got? Nothing. But America is wrong. There is no proof that Yemen did. Yemen doesn't have the capability to launch rockets. Who said it was a rocket? But America is wrong. They spread terrorism everywhere. Get off of it. Take off our sanctions. Rouhani, let me ask you this. Who put the sanctions on you? America. America. And who is obeying the sanctions? I can't hear you. Who's obeying the sanctions? I'll answer it for you. The freaking world. And it's the freaking world that's looking at you. And they are supporting Donald Trump. They are not supporting you. Find me somebody that is supporting you. Somebody worthwhile. Rouhani. This monetary reform probably could have happened a little earlier if you just hadn't done what you did in Saudi Arabia. We wouldn't have had the fourth week. Within a week, here you are changing your attitude. But if they remove the sanctions, ain't no sanctions going to be removed. So go ahead and come up with another story. Well, we will talk with Mr. Trump because we are the good guys, and good guys give in and talk to the bad guys. No, that's not a good one. You know what you're going to do, Rouhani? You're going to cause a scene. You're going to cause trouble. You're going to blow up your own factories. You're going to do something stupid, and you're going to blame it on us, South Americans. You're going to blame it on somebody else. Yeah. That's the mentality, the sick mentality that your leadership in Iran has. Yeah. Good luck, man. You could have had I told you want some of this before you did. Before you did that, you want some of this. You can't have nothing. Nothing. There will never be any talks. Your country. What I say when you did this? You don't exist anymore. That was a big mistake. I told you. Remember? We should just end this call. We should just end. I don't know what to tell you, family. Staticky, huh? So let's make difference, family. Tell Jan if that makes a difference, and tell me, Tink, when they.
When you move your papers, they said the static came back. You hit something on the table.
Well, I don't know.
They said it's good. It's fixed.
Okay. Shh. Don't move. Don't move. So today, the Iraqi stock exchange. Did you see that? Why? What does the Iraqi stock exchange? What was told to the rose that caused the rose to unfold? You know what I'm saying? So the Iraqi stock exchange today. When is the first, Tink? Next Tuesday?
Yes.
Today's when? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. A week. Yeah, today the Iraqi stock exchange, the Iraqi stock market rocket. Do you remember yesterday I told you, family, in my opinion, watch the stock markets start to explode. And then today, the Iraqi stock market starts to go up. Now, watch it as it continues to go up over this week, leading into NASDAQ, October the 1st. Yeah, fascinating, isn't it? And post RI, because the recalculations, the recalculations will allow that. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. Okay. Alrighty. Hey, you know what? We're down to 20 minutes. Let's go to Firefly's report because I want to share that, obviously. But before we leave this political kabuki theater, um, you know what the Democrats are doing, trying to impeach Donald Trump, which to me, I just don't see the logic. I understand the anger. I can give you that. And I can give you your anger is doing what you're doing. But I mean, from the more you've done so many different things. Can this be the last thing, please? So I don't want to disrespect our government because I don't want to disrespect our government. So from now on, I'm not going to call them the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is important to our democratic system. The Democratic Party has a proud history. I don't lean in their direction. I'm not a socialist. I don't think in that direction. But thank God we have the democratic system for point counterpoint. So I believe that it's more of a movement. I believe it's more of an illness. I believe it's more of a rabies infection. And I believe them to be acting more like the Sanhedrins. So from this point onward, on my UB2B show, not yours, but mine, I will be calling the movement to impeach Donald Trump the Sanhedrins. Because Donald Trump is removing all their money-making machines, removing corruption. You saw that. He told nations, get rid of your corruption, and then we can talk. That was the second thing he's been saying. The first one was, play fair with your currency. They all stood up. Yes, sir. First, they got mad like a little child, but then they realized that this guy's different and this guy's profitable. Look how quickly he does deals. And the Sanhedrins. You can't do that. That's my, that belongs, that's my stuff. Yes, I can. I can use, yes, I can. So, the Sanhedrins were angry that Jesus Christ took the ability away from them to make money in the temple. I mean, what, really? Worship in the temple? No, 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 no. Let's have a market in the temple and make money. Oh, you're mad about that, Jesus? Okay. That's the only time you got mad, isn't it? Wow. Okay. I must have been serious. So the Sanhedrins that were angry at Jesus because he took away their money-making cow machines is what I will call from now on. Those that are trying to take away Donald Trump as the president of the United States of America because what he's doing is not letting them steal the money. He's using the money to do some amazing deals. But Donald Trump, please, sir, try to be more civil about this. Alrighty. Let's look up where's my phone thing. Thank you. To my brother Sam. Sam, I'm sorry, bro. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm just stressed out. Pray for me, okay? But thank you for letting me know, all right? I'm sorry. I even prayed before I got on, hoping that everything would be okay, but nah, I still act stupid. Post number 91 in yesterday's thread. Rouhani meets Johnson and strongly criticizes the statement of the three European countries that are saying that, hey, sanctions against you, man. Iran is in denial. Many are in denial. Post number 92. India and China, the ones that mostly have been buying Iraqi oil in August because of the deals that Trump gave them. Post number 101. United States Embassy unveils Trump and Saleh talk at the United Nations Embassy in Baghdad and revealed the most important. And reveal what? This is the picture I showed you. These are the two, and what did Trump say? Well, no, we're not going to talk in front of you. And they reveal the most important. Post number 101, if you want to find out. Alrighty, what else? What else is in it? Post number 116. Europe leaves its reluctance and blames Iran for the attack on Aramco. Yeah. Everybody knows that Iran did it, and Iran today said, "Well, Trump has not shown us any proof whatsoever. We don't have to show you jack." Iraq Stock Exchange witnessed a rise in the trading session on Wednesday because of what? Post number 140. Post number 140 if you want to know why. Marty, what's up, buddy? Hey, Marty. We went to China. I know. Did you have a good time? Did you get a takeout? Hey, Marty, tell me, what was it like? Well, we went to China, and when we were there, it turns out that we're going to be partners in developing Iraq's infrastructure. Really? Yeah. Dang, Jack, you got a double bonus. Not only are they buying your oil, the whole country needs your oil. Can you imagine how much money that is? Oh yeah, you said what was it 50 billion over 10 years or something? Yeah, it was pretty good, huh? But now they also are being partners, and they're gonna for your economic reform. China's they're gonna help you with your infrastructure reform. Gonna be a lot of Chinese restaurants, I bet you. Well, that's good. Okay, we're down to about 15 minutes. Let's see if we can get this in here. I'm sorry. Oh, there's my friend. Sorry to bother you. This sounds kind of wild. If there's any way you can. Oh, no worries, buddy. Got it done. Now let's go and find. Here it is, right here. With 15 minutes, I think we can do it, family. I think we can do it. Let's see here. The first thing that we do is we read yesterday's report from Firefly so that you can overlap it with today's report. Ready? This is yesterday's report. Good morning, Mr. Frank. Firefly 77 says that on television they're seeing the CBI is announcing amendments to clarify instructions against money laundering. This is big news today on our television. It's about what the CBI is doing to prevent money laundering in our country. They're also talking, Mr. Frank, about the ISE, how the Iraqi Stock Exchange will connect with the world, yeah, and bring Iraq back to the economic international world. They're showing what the Iraqi Stock Exchange is doing now to prepare for this new move to go international. Yeah, because they signed a contract with NASDAQ. Yeah, on October the 1st. Yeah, but you got to raise your value, the value of your currency before you can go in and do that, right? Yeah. Are you going to do it? What? Was that a pause? No? Okay, just double checking. So, with the doing in the kind of international world, showing what the Iraqi Stock Exchange is doing now to prepare for this new move. Okay, the impact on Iraqi's economy, they're telling us, Mr. Frank, will be immediate. You see, that's why I told you how to play Iraq Monopoly, because that's what's going on right now. And China what'd you get? Boardwalk? Oh, of course. You got the whole left side of the board, man. Shoot. Golly, China. And immediate. Wow. Okay, so how quickly can they raise the value? Immediately. Okay. And how quickly can China rebuild your infrastructure, your economic reform? Immediately. Okay. Say it again. Immediately. Okay. Is that as good as international? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Immediate international. Immediate international. Yeah. Oh, I like that. So yeah, that's what they're telling us, and that there will be immediate and international growth will be abound. They're also showing, Mr. Frank, the Iraqi stock exchange on the electronic billboards. This also seems to be big news because they keep talking about this and how important this will be for Iraq. Our dad was look forward to meeting you and boom, 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 boom. I'm going to give you a report later on today at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock when it comes out on our television, and they say that it is about the Iraqi stock exchange and some important changes that we are going to face with them. Um, and that report, yeah. So whatever. Now that was yesterday's report. Here's today's report. Here, so you can see. You can see that it's today, and we're about to start reading today's report. Here we go. Morning, Mr. Frank. We followed your advice. Hi, tellers. How y'all doing, by the way? This means aloha. It actually means chaka, and it's a way of saying greetings in Hawaii. You do that. You put your three fingers inward, stick out your thumb and your pinky, and then just go like that. Don't go like that. That tourists, that tourists do that kind of stuff, right? Just go shaka. How's it? Good morning, Mr. Frank. We followed your advice, what you told us to do yesterday on your UB2B. And we went to the banks and we exchanged the majority of the 250 and the 500 notes that were damaged from, daily use at the market where we're at for change. Thank you for the advice, by the way. Thank you. Mr. Mr. Neil is the gentleman that is my Firefly sponsor. So I asked Neil, I said, tell them to pay attention to our call and see if they might be interested. Because I think it would be beneficial for them and get a taste, an idea of what it's going to be like very soon for them. So Neil said that you told us to do this, and we want to thank you for your advice. The television series last night, it was all about the Iraqi stock exchange. Now remember, the same way that they educated them is the same about the coins and their currency that's going to be coming out. Is the same way that they have to educate them about the Iraqi stock exchange. And if you remember yesterday, and the day before, when I was role playing, I said, okay, come on, citizens, and learn about the ISX. No. Well, why not? I don't want it. Well, you got to learn everything. Remember that? So the education is of the Iraqi stock exchange was on television today, but check this out. It's a history, just like they did with the coins in the new small category notes. They took them all, you saw the articles, they took them all the way back and told them the evolution of their currency, what they used to have, and how it's coming back. You read all that, okay? Well, check this out. So the television series last night was about the Iraqi stock exchange, and they said to us that it started actually back in 2004 and was all manual. It was all manual back. They had a stick shift. They didn't use stick shift. It was all manual until they went digital, they say, in 2009. They told us that in the early days, the Iraqi stock exchange, we had 93 companies invested and currently have 18% of foreign investors.
So we learned a lot about the Iraqi Stock Exchange, and they talked about the launch. Excuse me? You mean lunch? No, launch. You mean 3, 2, 1, go? Yeah. The launch. Not implementation, huh? No, it's implemented. They're just gonna they gotta open the doors. Open for business? Yeah, they're gonna launch it. Okay, what? Well, they talked about on Iraqi television, right? Yeah. After all that, education about our past, they talked about the launch of online trading. They talked to us citizens about the launching of online trading. It's about as international as you can get. Online trading. And they told us that they are expecting, yep, they are expecting companies to triple from all over the world. Well, if you got 93 countries, 19 countries, 27, almost 300 companies. Iraqi Stock Exchange is going to explode. Golly, I wish I could play Iraqi Monopoly. The very first thing I said was, I want to buy all the banks in Iraq. Remember? This whole cause, in my opinion, I have no idea what I'm talking about. So they told us that they're going to launch online trading, and we're going to be able to do it. And they told us that they are expecting companies to triple from all over the world on the Iraqi Stock Exchange, and that our ISX will lead Iraq into, wait for it, and they told us on Iraqi television that the Iraqi Stock Exchange will lead Iraq into, wait for it a little bit more, and they told us on Iraqi television that the Iraqi Stock Exchange will lead Iraq into the international world of trade and benefit all citizens of Iraq. It was very educational, Mr. Frank. The show was early. Oh, excuse me. The showing was of the early days. My bad. Well, of the early days of the Iraqi Stock Exchange, all the way up to the new international stage Iraq is to enter. Can I say it one time, Tank?
Yep.
I told you so. Okay, look at here. Come on, speed read. Hurry up. My arm's falling asleep. Got it? Did you read it? Here, read it this way. It don't matter how you read it. Dang. That's 3 times in this report where the Iraqi television is telling the Iraqi citizens that we're going international trade, we're going to the international world. We are in the new Iraqi Stock Exchange to the new international stage that Iraq is about to enter very soon. Divided by carry my 7. Very soon. 7 the 7th of the 7th. Thank you. We did hold on to Mr. Frank. Psst, Mr. Frank, wake up. What, guys? We did take our 250s 100 or our 250s 500 and 1000. Yeah, we did take them. We did take them in. Yeah. And we did hold on to some of our other notes. Just like you said for us to do. I didn't say that. I didn't say no. I didn't say nothing. I don't know nothing. Adrian, I'm punch drunk here. I didn't say nothing, right? Tell. Come on, Adrian, tell me. I didn't say. Poor Musa in Iraq. He's like, what's he doing? Why does he sound so funny? You got to look up Rocky. Yeah, you know Rocky, so that's Adrian. I was punch drunk. Never mind. I am so happy, is what I am. We did hold on to some of our notes, just like you said, Mr. Frank. And today, Iraq moved more barriers. And today, Iraq moved more barriers of areas that have been blocked off for 13 years to the citizens. It looks like slowly they are about to open an entire closed off area. We need to know the area. We are seeing more military today in the streets because there was a failed attempt on two mortars, last week, on two mortars that landed near the green zone the other day. But nobody got hurt. But today we are seeing patrols, a lot of attention down by the Euphrates River by military. I'm not really sure why, Mr. Frank, but they're there. The electronic billboards today are replaying the Iraqi stock exchange information and showing about damaged notes and the citizens please bring in, saying they cannot be counted in the machines. What? Billboard today replaying the Iraqi stock exchange information and showing about, I haven't read this, I'm sorry, and information and showing about damaged notes that the citizens, and saying please bring these in, saying they cannot be counted in the machines, in the ATM machine. That's something new. Yeah, we didn't know that. Alrighty. There's two things, that location and add that to the file. Well, okay, it's 8 o'clock, and I don't want to go, but we're going to go because I want to be respectful to Will. Will is excited to talk to y'all. So what's the phone number for that, babe?
Posting it now.
Well, can I have it so I can read it to them? Thank you. Let's see here. If you're interested, its phone number is 605-313-5142. And then there's the playback number, or not the access code number is 319-183, followed by the pound sign. If you miss it, you want to check it out later, the playback number is 605-313-5153. And then you enter the same access code number. So I'm going to go on over there and help him out. And let's pray for our country, along with the country of Iraq, along with the nation of Israel, along with the United States of America. Let's pray for the whole planet. Thank you for being with us. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you about the Iraqi stock exchange? Good. There are many markers in DNA that through mutation or just simple evolution occur because a change occurs. Soon, an epic marker will be placed on the surface of this planet from the same place where the four rivers were. Y'all take care. Aloha. Oh, real quick. Thank you. Cookie, you know who you sent me. Look at, you see the color of the box? Jan's going to get the box. Jan's going to get the box. Okay, babe? It's a nice box for Christmas. You can wrap presents inside of it. And today, oh man, look at that. Look at all that bubble stuff. Oh, it's so good. Oh, no.
It just blew out their ears out.
Oh, it blew my mouth. Oh, no. Look at, oh, the chocolate. Look at, ooh. Oh, you gotta take the aluminum off. Never mind. Look at all that good. And go get. Okay, I'm happy. I'm okay now. Most, most women find their husbands laying on the bed with a beer balanced on their belly and asleep on the couch. With me, it's cookie crumbs all over my face and half a cookie sitting on my chest when Tink wakes me up. Tomorrow, I want to talk. I love you. Y'all take care. Bye bye.